Well, in celebration of Black History Month, we take a look at Dr. Aprille Ericsson, who went from being a young honors student to a pioneering woman in the aerospace industry.
To go into the field you're going.
So it started off in first grade, getting to see the astronauts go to the moon for the Apollo missions.
Inspired by those missions, a young Aprille Ericsson studied hard, earning honors that eventually got her accepted into MIT.
Then when I got to college, not many faces like myself at MIT. In my discipline, there weren't many, particularly women, African-American women.
But the Challenger shuttle disaster happened just as she graduated, so her dreams of becoming an astronaut were put on hold. Instead of giving up, she went on to earn a PhD, the first woman at Howard University to get one in mechanical engineering with an aerospace option. She was also the first in her field at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center.
I started off in what they call attitude control systems, and that's not like the spacecraft has a bad attitude in terms of a bad day, but more position and location in space. So we actually create the algorithms, the computer software, do simulations to be able to control a spacecraft so that we can collect good science data for the scientists. And then I moved into working at headquarters for a little while, so I was a program exec, and I worked in earth science and then later in space science as a business exec. And as I moved up in my career, I began to do what we call more programmatics, business, leading the teams, developing the schedules, making sure the project's going to be delivered on time and on schedule and at cost.
Today, Ericsson is the program manager for Goddard's Small Business Innovative Research, managing instruments put on satellites worth anywhere from $10 to $500 million. She also serves on numerous boards and community leadership positions where she is called on to give advice to young people thinking of science and engineering careers.
And we're going to move into deeper space, and the trip will take maybe several days to return. You know, between mathematics, when you look at science, physics, and chemistry are extremely important to understand and to be able to move into the engineering career. I think it's always good for them to look for role models, to mentors. Those always help to inspire you when the times get tough, because it does get a little challenging. The work is hard. And many of us are not always going to embrace the idea that we could do some of the phenomenal things we do at NASA. You're small, you can't even envision what that means and how do I get there. So taking the steps small, looking for people to help support you, and then just working hard.
And Dr. Ericsson will receive the prestigious Washington Award next week in Chicago. The honor is given to engineers who have helped advance the welfare of humankind. Past recipients include Bill Nye, the science guy, Neil Armstrong, and Henry Ford.